the awakening of the unbreakable. The reality check, mindset versus algorithm. Listen to me carefully. I haven't come here to ask your permission to speak the truth. We live in a society numbed by the cheap dopamine of endless scrolling, a generation that holds the world in the palm of its hand, but its soul on the ground. Today I want to talk to you about radical responsibility. Enough of blaming the government, your parents, bullying, or the system. If you stay in the victim role, you're handing over the keys to your life to your enemies. I don't speak from a bleeding wound, I speak from a scar that endures. Many hide behind labels. I'm anxious, I'm introverted, I'm a victim. Be careful. The labels you put on yourself today become the walls of your cell tomorrow. I was that young person who spoke slowly, who stuttered, who was the target of ridicule. But instead of asking for safe spaces, I turned my weakness into my training ground. The world owes you nothing. Life is not a safe environment, it's a battlefield. And on the battlefield, those who survive are not the fastest, but those with the most cognitive resilience. Second, the anatomy of character more than technology. As an expert who takes apart laptops, who understands hardware and artificial intelligence, let me tell you something. The human being is the most complex hardware in the universe, but many are running on mediocre software. The social media algorithm is designed to exploit your insecurities. It shows you what you want to see to keep you sedated. But impactful leadership is born when you decide to break the confirmation bias. I'm from the class of '83. We're not better, but we were forged in the fire of physical reality, not digital. Today, if someone criticizes you, you block them. In my time, you had to face them. And that is the greatest crisis of this society, the lack of constructive confrontation. Behind every laptop I repair, I see a metaphor. Sometimes, for a system to work, you have to do a total reset. You have to clean the fans of the soul, because the dust of resentment is overheating us. Don't let the bullying of a stranger on a 6-inch screen define your digital and personal identity. 13. The giants of silence. Analytics of victory. Let's talk about data. Let's talk about history. Success leaves traces, and those traces are often marked by difficulty in speaking. Why? Because those who have to struggle to communicate develop a will of iron. Moses, the greatest leader in biblical history, was not an eloquent speaker. He was slow of speech. But God didn't need an announcer. He needed a man who could endure 40 years in the desert without breaking. King George VI. In the midst of World War II, his stutter was a matter of national security, but his voice, though interrupted, had something the eloquent lacked: truth and authority. Demosthenes trained with stones in his mouth in front of the roaring sea. He wasn't seeking acceptance, he was striving to be the best. Modern examples: Emily Blunt, Ed Sheeran, Joe Biden. People who were humiliated because of their voice. Today, the world pays millions to listen to them. What's the pattern? Discipline beats talent when talent lacks discipline. If you stumble when you speak, if you're slow, if you're different, you have a competitive advantage. The world underestimates you. And there is nothing more lethal than a warrior no one saw coming. Fourth, the manifesto of the Iron Generation. We are at a turning point. This society needs valuable content, not empty distractions. We need men and women who show their faces, who, if they make a mistake, don't delete the post, but apologize and correct their course. I work with children with disabilities, with people whom the system considers broken. And let me tell you something, they have more strength in a single finger than many influencers have in their entire bodies, because they have no filters. They live with radical authenticity. This is my message for you. 1. Heal, but don't complain. Scars are the map of your victories. 2. Face controversy. Leaders are forged in conflict, not in comfort. 3. Master your dopamine. Stop seeking easy applause and start seeking self-respect. 4. Use technology. Don't let it use you. Be the architect of your algorithm. If your voice trembles today, let it tremble, but don't let it go silent. If you feel alone today, use that silence to plan your rise. God doesn't waste any battle. If you're going through the fire, it's because you are gold, and gold is only purified by burning away the dross. Rise up. Be brave. Be responsible. Be unbreakable. The world is saturated with perfect plastic people. Be a real person made of steel.